Okay, so today we have a lesson in cleaning the honey extractor. Yes, I'm done with everything, so now we have to do some cleanup. I let as much drain out as I could, and I'll show you in a second here what is left. Not much of anything. First, I'm going to take some clear cold water, and I'm going to rinse out as much as I can. I'll use a little bit of very mild soap, and what I'm going to use is LOC, made by Amway. So this is my first test with the extractor to see if the Amway LOC, which is Liquid Organic Cleaner, actually does its job. So y'all want to see how we clean the extractor? I have a little safety tip also for your bees. When you're done with your extractor, don't just set it outside knowing that the bees will come to it, they will get in it, their wings will get saturated with honey, they won't be able to fly, and there could be bee loss. And we don't want that. A friend of mine in Florida told me about that and said, be sure and not put your equipment outside because the bees can get harmed by it. So just a little safety tip for your bee health. Okay, so here you can see inside there's a little bit of residue from the cappings and just a little tiny bit of dribbling on the honey. Let's see what else. That you can see that spout over there. It is not in the right place. It is supposed to be over here, right there with that little hole down in there. So when I clean it out, I'm going to have to reattach it. I do have the part that goes on the outside. It was kind of loose, and my mistake, I tried to tighten it and I actually untightened it. This is the first time using this extractor. You can see there's some of that residue. That's what we want out of here. And that's what we're going to do next. So it might be a little bit loud. Oh, I thought that was a bee. That's a fly. So it might be a little loud, but you'll get the idea. Okay, so here is my LOC Amway Home Multi-Purpose Cleaner. This was a gift from Dana at Two-Ponies channel. She sells Amway products. I'll leave her link in the description box if you're interested. So here is my little tiny amount. It takes a very small amount to clean. So I will put that in we'll put that in here. And I'm just going to kind of run it around the top edges. Just kind of run it around a little bit so all of it gets out. And it'll make a little, just a tiny bit of suds. But there's a little extra here that I want to get off. And that's what that this is organic cleaner, y'all. Good stuff. Okay, hang on. And as you can see, the cap is back in place. This is where the honey drains from. And I have my little bit of LOC in there. So I closed the cap so that I could get it swished around there really good before I drain it out, and then I'll turn it upside down to dry. Let's try this. It's already starting to drip out a little bit. I didn't put it really tight. Just want to get a good rinse. So no worries about the grass. It's very good for the grass. Get all of this rinsed out of there, and we're on to the next step. Okay, so here we have it. I have turned it upside down to get most of that dripping water out of there. And then I will take a soft cloth and I will dry off any spots so that it's nice and pretty stainless steel for the next person of the bee club to use it. So I hope you have it enjoyed, or maybe just got a little insight about how to clean one of those big extractors that look a little bit intimidating when you first look at it. It cleaned up nicely, and the LOC Liquid Organic Cleaner did a fine job. So we will be using that again. So see you on the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you would like to see more of what I do with my life on the farm. So it is not going to take long for this extractor to dry. So I went in and I made me a nice cup of bulletproof coffee. This is coffee that my friend Esmeralda sent me. It's called Flagship Coffee. It's a very unique story. One day I'm doing some research and I'd like to tell you a little bit about the coffee. But while I'm waiting here, I noticed I have helpers. Let me see if I can show you. Yeah, they gathered around to see what was coming out of the ground. I poured the water from the tank right here in this area, and this is where they are searching. They're trying to find any worms or goodies that's going to come up. So these are my helpers. And here we have the finished product. Isn't that pretty? Just spick and span, as my mother used to say when we were kids, although we didn't know what that really meant.